So really good coaching matchup, really good quarterback play. That's kind of like the headliner right here. But I'm looking at the style of play. I think I think that Kansas State has more talent. I think Iowa State is going to have to thrive on continuity and team effort. I think Iowa State's going to lean heavily on the ground with Hanson, and they're going to try to pick their battles through the air. While K State's going to be doing all kinds of just crazy stuff. I think they may be trying to play a little bit too cute with their play calling, but I think it's necessary in that system. He's trying to run the run heavy, the motion offense, the QB heavy running. But I feel like K State got more opportunity to have mistakes and overcome mistakes as opposed to Iowa State. You're gonna have to play a clean game here, and defensively in these matchups, I think Iowa State's gonna try to lock up the pass game, and you're definitely gonna have to try to stop the run first, which is gonna be a daunting task for them with this K State rush attack. I don't feel too confident that they're going to be able to stop the run. I think that they could probably lock up some receivers with Jeremiah Cooper, but I think they're going to struggle here or there, especially with all those misdirections and motions, and how K State's going to come. And then K State's defense, I think K State just got to play sound, play in between the tackles, stop Hanson, and like I said, Iowa State's going to try to pick their battles through the air. But I don't think they're going to be consistent through the air. They lost their two wide receiver studs from last year. I don't think they have too much chemistry in the pass game week one. So that's kind of just how my overall looks right now on it.
Austin.
Yeah, I think well said. I think what I'm looking for out of this game really is I've got all eyes on Avery Johnson. I'm with you. They're going to try a bunch of stuff with the run game, with the misdirection, with some read options, things like that. But I think it's going to open up some stuff downfield. And if Avery Johnson has worked on that in the off season and can hit some of that as it opens up from some of the run game, I think Kansas State's going to be a dangerous team this year. I'm with you that Iowa State's got to keep this game close to have a chance in the end. If Kansas State gets up by 2 touchdowns, I don't see Iowa State coming back from it. So I think I saw the over under was at like 50.5 points. I think it's going to be a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I so those are all great points. God, it feels good to talk football.
Ooh, it
You
does.
know,
Huh?
yeah, I've been kind of down on Avery Johnson as far as a passer, but I wonder if that's going to matter this game because when I was researching and prepping for this show, I found some things interesting. I think that K State can really do some damage in this game through the run game and Avery's legs because Iowa State last year was now this was last year. Did they get better? We'll find out Saturday. That's what's beautiful about the games. We'll find out. The stuff that went wrong last year, did they fix it? We'll find out. We'll find out this Saturday. But one of the things that Iowa State had a real problem with last year was giving up some massive explosive runs. There was only 13 teams that gave up more explosive runs than Iowa State, and you're now playing a tandem in Avery Johnson and Dylan Edwards. Avery had like 31 explosive runs last year, 22 missed tackles. Edwards had 20 missed tackles, and he only got 74 carries. I think it's going to come down to Iowa State. Did they fix the run game problem last year with explosive runs? Did that get fixed? Are they going to be able to stop them? Because if they're not going to be able to stop him, I don't think it's going to matter what Avery does with his legs in this game. I mean, with his arm in this game. I do think it'll matter as the season progresses. But I wonder if Kansas State's going to come out and kind of try to run down the throats just to test it and see.
I think that's exactly what K State's going to do. Iowa State, if I'm the defensive coordinator here, I'm going to try to play a lot of one high. I'm going to bring another hat in the box. But man, dude, the speed for K State is really going to expose Iowa State at some time. How they going to look on the perimeter? How they going to look on the jet sweeps? How they going to look? Trying to contain Edwards on outside zones. That's some all big question marks. I think the speed is going to be a little too much at times for Iowa State. They're going to hit them with some explosive runs. And then we already mentioned the misdirections. Iowa State's going to have to be locked in on their keys and really disciplined defensively. And then, but if you play one high, Avery Johnson, take your shots. But I did mention Iowa State got a lockdown corner and Jeremiah Cooper. He's a preseason All-American type cat at the corner. I think I would lock him up on Jace Brown. I would follow Jace Brown everywhere he goes and mirror him. But I am high on the wide receiver too that K-State got. I forgot his name. If you got the depth chart, maybe pull it up. But I think you can maybe win some battles with the wide receiver too right here.
Season from a coach's standpoint, do you think it's easier for like Iowa State? You think it's easier for them to play a gimmicky offense like Kansas State can be game one of the season, or is it easier to kind of have a little more chemistry, later on in the season?
A little bit more chemistry, I would say, towards the end of the
Yeah,
season.
it seems like
this
the
offense is.
communication could be an issue.
Oh, I think so, very much. That's how complex this offense is going to be.
Season, what was the wide receiver you said you wanted to know about?
Who's the wide receiver too?
Is it Jace Brown?
No, I think he's who they got listed as the one then.
They don't have it listed as one. I just found a depth chart, not a depth chart, but a site that they got Jaron Tibbs, Jace Brown, and Gerard Bradley, and then Adonis Mosey.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna put Jeremiah Cooper on Jace Brown and try to lock him right there because Jace Brown's their athlete, and they don't want him to get hot.
Yeah. Man, this was great.